So, we have some more concrete things to talk about. Gleyber and his arbitration case with the Yankees, and Montas missing the first month of the season with the same shoulder injury that he has been dealing with since the back end of last year and even with the A's. So before I do that, let's hit the subscribe button. We're on our road to 1,000, trying to reach that goal by the end of the month. So keep pushing out the videos. Keep liking the videos so they get out to more people and really help out the channel. I do appreciate it. Thank you. So the Yankees have locked up all their arbitration-eligible players other than two. Jimmy Cordero and, of course, Gleyber Torres. Now, the Yankees and Torres are about $500,000 apart. Gleyber filed for 10.2, and the Yankees filed for 9.7. So, do I really think that this is not going to get done? No, it's going to get done. I don't think it's happened before with the Yankees where a player gets close to their case being heard by a judge. It happened with Aaron Judge, no pun intended, and it almost happened with Luis Severino. So it's happened in the past. It's very rare for the Yankees to have to actually go into an arbitration case with the judge where the judge makes the decision on the salary. I think the last one was Betances, and that didn't come out too well because think about it. Why would the Yankees want to go to court to figure out his salary? Because pretty much the Yankees have to talk crap about Torres to justify why they want to pay him that. So you're really talking bad about a player in front of that player, right? A player that represents your organization that you want to have a good relationship with. So the reason why this is getting such big headwind is because of the fact that Gleyber is probably, other than the prospects, the most tradable, valuable piece the Yankees have. He's 26 years old. He had a good season last year, nice bounce-back season after moving back to second base. And he's been in trade talks for a while. We covered a big video on it as well earlier about trading him to Chicago. So do I really think the Yankees are trying to keep his number down to trade him? I don't think so. I just think that this is just a difference in opinion, and they're going to figure it out. I would assume they might agree at 10 flat. You know, Gleyber comes down a couple million, the Yankees go up a couple million. I don't think it's really anything to look at. I don't think it has nothing to do with trading him. I don't think it has anything to do with anything else. You know, if you think about it, then why did the Yankees close so quick on IKF? All right, they locked him in at 6 in November. So, you know, it doesn't make sense to start saying, oh, he's going to get traded. Oh, this is to keep his number down to get traded. If they're going to trade him, they're going to trade him to a team that can eat his salary. You know, they're not going to pinch pennies to trade him. They'll get it done. They'll probably get it done before the hearing starts. That's the Yankees' MO. So when it comes to Gleyber, like I said, this is a nothing burger. It's not a big deal. They're $500,000 apart. It's not like they're $5 million apart. It's not like he's asking for 10 and they're offering him 5. So in the grand scheme of things, it's $500,000. That's nothing to the Yankees. So they'll figure it out. I'm not too concerned about it. You know, and when it comes to Gleyber and trading him, you know, I'm not on the boat of trading him. I want to wait to see, A, he could raise his stock if he has a good first half, and B, you want DJ to prove to you that he could be healthy, and even on top of all of that, you want to see if Volpe is ready to make the jump to the major leagues. So there's a lot of things going on that need to be figured out before you just trade Gleyber. So, you know, I think Gleyber is one of the better defensive second basemen in the major leagues. I think that he provides a good offense for that position. He had the second highest batting average on the team when it came to at-bats. Carpenter didn't have a lot of at-bats, so I don't want to count him in that conversation. But Gleyber is an integral part of this team, and you want to make sure that when you trade him, you're replacing him with somebody that can either produce at the same level or give you more, right? You just don't want to cut your nose to spite your face and trade him just because he's got value. You know, I'm not all for that. But like I said, if DJ can prove that he could play second base every day, and then you have Volpe come up halfway through the year and Gleyber is expendable in that sense, then of course, get what you can get for him. But at this point in time, the Yankees need Gleyber. Plus the fact they're a bat light. They haven't gotten a bat yet. So why would you want to trade another bat unless you're bringing in a bat, right? And do you want to bring in, like, I could see maybe if the Yankees with this left field thing doesn't figure out in-house, they go to Minnesota and try to trade for Kepler. I saw a trade proposal on Bleacher Report not too long ago, and they were saying that the Yankees should trade for Tyler O'Neill. And that doesn't make any sense. Tyler O'Neill is right-handed. So I don't know who's writing those articles over at Bleacher Report, but they don't know what the Yankees need. So I think they just put it together for clickbait, but that's besides the point. So there's that. Now, Montas. The Yankees announced that Montas is going to miss the first month of the season. So we already have an injury on the pitching staff. And I picked Montas to bounce back. I still think he will bounce back. He hit a snag in his rehab, so he's still rehabbing. And the Yankees knew this was happening because they wouldn't have just announced it. They just decided to announce it now, because when he doesn't show up for pitchers or catchers or he's not throwing, it's not a big news thing. So, it's the same shoulder. It's the same issue that he had in Oakland, right? And the Yankees traded for him with that problem. So, I don't think maybe the Yankees thought it was going to be lingering like this, especially since there's no structural damage to his shoulder. There's no labrum tears. There's no rotator cuff issues. It's just inflammation. It needs to go down. He needs to go to PT, work with those bands, build up the area, and start throwing again. Inflammation is weird. Sometimes it goes away quick. Other times it lingers. So, you had to imagine that one of these pitchers, or multiple pitchers, were going to spend a stint on the IL. I mean, the Yankees forced Severino on the IL for 60 days last year just to keep him fresh, and he didn't need 60 days. They were being precautious. So, Nestor as well missed a couple of starts last year. So, in the grand scheme of things, he's going to miss 3 or 4 starts. So it's a couple of times through the rotation. So you have Herman, you have Schmidt. Maybe Davy Garcia gets a spot start. It's. I'd rather him miss the beginning of the season than miss, in August and September. So, you knew injuries were going to happen. We've been saying all along that injuries are a part of the game, and if this pitching staff can stay healthy throughout the entire season, then they were going to be one of the best pitching staffs in baseball. And I still think with Montas being down for the first month of the season, I do think that the Yankees still have 4 out of the best 5 starting pitchers in the American League, if not the majors. So, and they're all healthy. All 4 of them, the rest are healthy. Rodon, Cole, Severino, and Cortez. So, it's not a big deal. At least it's the same thing and it's not worse. If you want to think of it that way, it's not rotator cuff, strains. It's not rotator cuff tendonitis. I've dealt with that. It's not fun. Or labrum issue, because those are the issues that when you look at a shoulder, you want to say, okay, he's not going to be the same. And when you look at Montas and his pitching arsenal, that splitter that he throws, he's a downhill thrower. Okay, he throws the sinker, he throws the splitter. Those are pitches that you need to stay on top of, right? You need to really be able to drive those pitches down, stay up top of it, and use a lot of your shoulder to stay on top, right? And the splitter affects the elbow too, really bad, but. The shoulder, you need to stay on top. You need to be able to get through your windows, through your mechanics, and really finish off those pitches. And if your shoulder's messed up, you're not going to be able to do that. I mean, look at what happened with Clay Holmes and his shoulder, right? A sinker guy, his sinker was lights out in the first half of the year, had shoulder problems, and his sinker wasn't the same because he couldn't get on top of it. And, Loizaga had the same issue at the beginning of the year, and he figured it out at the end. So if you really want to see why they want to get his shoulder right, it's because of the type of pitcher that he is, right? His 4-seam sits up in the zone. That's when he's right. But a lot of his pitches are down. They have downward movement. And to get that downward movement, you got to stay on top. Especially a pitch like the splitter where you really need to get that tumbling action out of your hand and really force it down. So, am I overly concerned with Montas missing a month? No, it is what it is. At least they get him right so it's done with them behind him and he could pitch and be healthy for the rest of the year. And we all knew injuries were going to happen. Like I said, somebody's going to get hurt, and these Yankees have depth in the pitching side of it to be able to take a hit and replace somebody like Montas for the time being. So with that being said, that's all I got for you today. So I hope you guys enjoy your Saturday night. Let's go Giants. Tomorrow's a big day. And hit the subscribe button, hit the like button to help the algorithm. If you like this type of content, spread the word. We're getting close to the season, so there's going to be more content to cover, and we could really dive into the nitty-gritty of how the Yankees are performing and things like that. So we're really getting to an exciting time. So enjoy the rest of your night, and I will see you guys on the next video.